Alright guys, I'm going to show you what I did with my makeup yesterday as quickly as I possibly can because I don't like long videos either. So I did the Wolfberry eye cream. It helps so much with the dark circles and whatnot. Because if you don't have dark circles and you're pushing 40, I'm afraid we can't be friends. So, rub that in real good. And what I'm doing is I get a base on my face because our foundation is powder. And so instead of having to try to turn it into liquid, which there are recipes out there that you can do, this is what I use. And I do 2 squirts of the art serum. And then anything extra that I have on my hands at the end gets rubbed on my elbows. Because somebody once told me I was supposed to do that. Pretty sure it was my Aunt Janet. Nonetheless, that's what I do. And so it's still somewhat damp. I am I'm a cool 1 on our foundation. So the Savvy foundation. And what I do with it, this is the foundation brush. I just get, ooh, that's a lot. I get a little bit on my brush and then I put it in the lid and kind of swirl it around like that. And then I do in a circular motion all over the place. Okay, and y'all, makeup is not my jam. So if any of y'all are like, oh, you're doing that completely out of order. Sorry, kinda. This is what works for me. So this is what I do. And this is gonna help the rest of it set. And it evens out complexion. And I did, yesterday when I did it, the makeup, I did step-by-step pictures. So if anybody's interested in seeing what it looks like before and after foundation, before and after like each step, I can totally post those below too. Okay. I don't know why I have that dark spot right there today. It's totally picture day. Why wouldn't I? Hey buddy. Okay, so there's that. Then I take, oh let's see, that's my eyeshadow brush. Where is it? Here we go. My Living also has a concealer brush, and what I do with this is wet it down with the Savvy spraying mist.
It's cool.
And then I kind of do this to make sure it's evened out. Again, I take out of the lid and I'm going to go over the dark circles and anything that just needs more attention. And I'm pretty sure I probably should have done this before I did the all over foundation. So again, don't shoot me. This is where makeup is not my jam. I just need it to look good. I also do around my nose. Hey guys, other room. I used to be a photographer, and so anywhere I used to touch up or lighten up in a picture is where I add extra concealer. Well, yeah, well, I mean, I've kind of made it to concealer. Let's see. My big mirror is right behind y'all. That's why I keep looking past you. Let's see, out of the corner of the eyes. I think that might have even been a little bit of mascara I didn't completely get removed. Here we go. Get rid of those age lines. Cover up the freckle just a little bit. Okay. I think I might have got a little too light there. Since I am doing pictures, normally I don't do it on my nose, but I'm going to, just because I don't want those freckles showing up quite as much as normal. Normally I like the natural, the all natural. This is the way God made me. But this one time for pictures. Here we go. Dark space. Ah, what's going on? That wasn't there yesterday. I don't know what I've done. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna roll with that. And that was the foundation and concealer. Poof, done. And then with the blush brush, and I'm telling you, these brushes are phenomenal. I'd always heard people say that the brushes make a huge difference, and honestly, I didn't believe them. I also didn't believe in oils to start with either. I figured it was all just squeezed up plant juice in a bottle. And a makeup brush is a makeup brush, right? No, it's not. These go on phenomenally. And granted, I would not normally wear my makeup quite this dark, but this is my picture makeup. I just want a little bit of contour there. You can also do contouring. I don't have any of the darker stuff to do. I have dabbled in that before a little bit, and it's not as bad as you think, but not today. All right, and then this one's Wanderlust. It's the white. It's not really white, but it's pretty close. And we are going to foil the eyeshadow. So again, I just sprayed that with the Savvy. I just rubbed it in so it's nice and smooth. I'm using it out of the lid so it doesn't clog up. And here was a tip I learned in the video I put in the other post. On this, you don't rub, you dab. Dab, 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 dab. And it's gonna go on a lot thicker than if you just do it dry. The pigments come out a whole lot more. Okay. And it gets to the point that where it almost looks like I'm watercolor painting, which is kind of fun. And it helps my green brain kind of paint by numbers, if you will. Okay, let's see. Picture day, so I am putting on more than normal. Okay, there's that one. I'm gonna spray my brush again. Smooth it out a little bit. Again, in my lid. And then dab. Woo! I got that one on a little thicker than the other side. See how it kind of makes it shiny though? Kind of makes me happy. Okay, and then for whatever reason, the lady in the other video said that I would not want the shine like this up under my eyebrows, but when you put a little bit more on the other side, when you put the lighter color up next to the eyebrow, it kind of opens up the eye a little bit. So with my dry blending brush is what I use. I had no idea that was a blending brush, but that's the brush that I normally use. Take just a little bit more of the Wanderlust and put it up here at the top. To open up the eye as much as possible. Okay. And there's what I do with the Wanderlust. Next up, I think, is Unscripted. It's got kind of a purpley color to it. Again, I'm going to put it in the lid because I don't want to clump it up and get germs in the jar itself. So I've got the white on there. I'm just going to wipe it off on my wrist. Again, you makeup artists, please don't shoot me. Probably not the right way to do, but I know I can wash my hands and my wrist before I go. Then I'm going to spray it down again, rub it out, pick up some of the color with my brush, and here's where it really starts to look like watercolor in the lid, and I love it. And then the lady from last night's video said to do about 2/3 out. Dab, 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 dab. So that's what we're gonna do. What, honey bunny?
That's it. The string?
Oh, perfect. Good job, buddy. Make sure you put some more oils in your finger, please. He burnt the far out of his finger the other day, helping us burn. Poor little guy. Okay. Oops, that does not look too even to me. Okay, and what I have found is that I cannot blend this while it is still wet. I have to wait for it to dry some. My brush is still good and wet, so I'm gonna go ahead and not respray my brush because I don't want it to be too much like watercolor. But do the other side. Okay. Then I am going to let that set for a moment. I'm gonna put on some mascara. And anybody who has the Young Living mascara and they're like, I'm not a huge fan, before you give up on it, there are a couple things you can do. One, go buy a new brush. Again, the brush is really important, and the brush that comes with that it doesn't work so well for my lashes. Doesn't mean it won't work well for yours. So if you've not tried it yet, by all means, give it a shot before you give up on it. But if it's not giving you the coverage you want, try buying a different kind of brush. You can either use an old brush and clean it out really well from a previous mascara that maybe you really liked, or you can go on Amazon. They have all sorts of different brushes on there. And then another sweet friend also taught me that you can take, put on a layer of the Young Living mascara and then dab some Jet Setter on top of it, and then do another layer of the mascara, and that gives it something to cling to. So there's that. I am going to skip over and do my eyebrows. Again, this is the multitasker with the eyeliner is what I use. The brushes are multitaskers themselves. And Perez, Nicole Perez has eyebrows down to an art. I do not. I am just pushing 40. And they're starting to fall out and get light. And it turns out that when your eyebrows start to fall out, especially or thin out from here over, that your endocrine system actually needs more support. So you can look into that. It's a telltale sign. Okay, just want to darken them up some. Nicole Perez will tell you like how to line up the corner of the eye and all that things. Like, she's phenomenal at it, y'all. If you want more on eyebrows, go watch her. That's all I do there. I will say, let me throw in one more trick real quick. Can I do that yet? No, because I need that blended brushy. I will also use the multitasker to cover up my roots, and it's magic. Okay, now we're gonna go back. Since we're having pictures done, again, I've got the last color on my brush. I'm gonna wrap that off on my wrist. Okay, and then I'm going to use Heavy Minerals Determined. Put just a little bit. And here's that color. Put just a little bit. It's a brown shimmery color. And my lid. Just lay my brush. Wipe it out a little bit so it's not clumpy. And then this is just going to go on the outer corner. Heads up, it is darker, so I actually wiped it off on the edge. And then we're going to do this at the corner, kind of next to the eyelash line. And then make a V. Dab, dab, dab. I was trying to push it around. You can't. You gotta dab it. Okay, into the corner there. Just gonna add a little bit more definition, and this is really potent, but remember, I am going for pictures, and I haven't blended it together yet. I'm gonna wait until it dries before I blend it together. Okay. So there's that. That's it. That's all I use of that. Like, that thing's gonna last forever. I think I've already had it for 2 years. Okay, then I'm gonna wipe the brush off again, just so it doesn't dry on my brush. And then here's the part that Sarah was asking me to do, my eyeliner. So the Jet Setter. I put just a little bit in the lid, and you can see I've done this several times. I take the thin part of the eyeliner. I take my Savvy Mist and I spray the Savvy Mist in the palm of my hand. Let's hope I don't squirt myself in the eye. And then I'm gonna wet my brush in the palm of my hand and then do a couple streaks off to the side, and then I'm going to pick up some of the Jet Setter and go right along the lash line. Okay. And you can build this up to however thick you want. I've tried to spray the brush directly and it just gets too much liquid on it for my liking. That's why I do it in my hand, and then I swipe off the excess water before picking up. Okay, I don't know that I can do under the eye on the phone, guys, sorry. Okay. Almost there. I normally do a layer of mascara between almost everything I do, because your mascara needs time to dry so that it can keep building up. If you're just putting wet mascara on wet mascara, it's not gonna do you a whole lot of good. It's kind of like painting on a wall. You gotta let it dry, else it's just picking up the previous. And that's not what you want, friends. Ooh, that's kind of clumpy. Okay. There's that. Under the eye on the other one. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. A little bit of clump there. Okay, so there is the eyeliner. Looks like I might have got a little bit off. If you do get a little bit off, use a Q-tip or a piece of toilet paper. They're cotton and they're very absorbent, and it'll pull off just where you need, and you go back and touch up if you need to. So now I'm gonna take my blending brush, make sure I don't have anything in it, and I'm gonna smooth out those harsh lines, because I don't want harsh lines. Here we go. I'm gonna put on, oh, don't forget your lipstick. So if you notice now, like you don't really see my mouth, this is also an amazing trip. If you're getting on to do a speech or talk to anybody and you don't have time to put anything else on, put on your lipstick. It draws attention to your mouth. Boom. So there's that. I put on another layer of mascara and we are at 18 minutes. I feel pretty good about that. Another layer of mascara. And then I've got fake magnetic eyelashes that I have had one order came with 2 pairs. And I've used that for about 2 years now because I only wear them for pictures and special occasions. I want to say it's like ABC magnetic lashes or something like that. It reminded me of kindergarten, whatever they called their company. Not downplaying them at all. They are phenomenal. I tried a couple cheaper player before I found them. Boom. Here we go. And there's my Savvy. If y'all have any questions, post below. I'll try to answer. But remember that this is not my jam. This is just what I've done for picture day. There. Ooh, looks like I still need to blend a little bit more. And guys, it's not rocket science, so just jump in there and try. Jump and try. Worst case scenario, you have to wash your face off and try it again. I love you too. You know, Clover, tell them hi.
Bye.
Tell them bye. Zachary, where'd you go? Tell them bye.
Bye.
Come over, say it to you.
Bye. I just said hi, so bye.
Oh, hi and bye. I hope you enjoy this, guys.